Gundam.tk presents Master Grade Wing Gundam Zero Pearl Gloss version. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2 R's 2 B's from GundamReviews.net, and today I've got a special review because I don't usually take a look at special editions and variations and things like this, but every once in a while one comes around, and this is one that I just couldn't resist. The Wing Gundam Zero, the star of Gundam Wing Endless Waltz, the OVA and movie version. 1/100th Master Grade, but this is special because it's the Pearl Gloss version. This is a 2010 release. The price isn't listed here, but I paid about 4,000 yen for that, but that'll depend on which store and which kind of discount you're getting. Hard to believe that it's taken me this long, and it is all my fault for getting a review of this guy up on my channel, and that's because the model itself is actually really old, the one that I built. It was one of the first Gundams that I built after the Master Grade Ground Gundam. And especially it should have been up here even sooner, considering that this guy was the Gundam of Gundams, at least on gundam.tk and Robert184, the channel on YouTube, because during the Gundam World Cup, which I ran a few years ago in January, it was a lot of fun. Every day people came and voted. There were 32 lead Gundams for 32 days, and it was single elimination. If you lost once, you were out. And it ended up being the new Gundam versus the Unicorn Gundam for the right to take on the Wing Zero Custom, or here in the end. And in the end, Wing Zero and the Wing fans can rejoice because the one that kicked it all off in the West, here it is, the champion Gundam of Gundams. So anyway, that's just another reason why I figured a special edition, well, it can certainly look good. This is one of the ones that I won't mind having a duplicate on my shelf, just considering A, how awesome the design is, and B, the significance thanks to you guys and the voters on this site. So to the Gunpla Bible we go, and here you can see the Wing Gundam. This is the version Katoki, which at the time was never animated, and nor was it in any manga, but that's been fixed now. And just a few months later, as was the style at the time, version Katoki kits were usually followed up. These two are just variations of each other, but with different wings and completely different coloring styles. Wing Gundam Custom, it's actually a Wing Zero Custom as it's written on the actual box here. But here the Japanese name is Wing Zero Endless Waltz version. And you can see, just amazing how well those wings stand up. You've got the Twin Buster rifles, and this one sold for $39.90, so probably 3,800 yen. And you can see that it was an October 2004 release. And looking through the book, actually, there's the 1/144th kits. They've got the 1/100ths down there from Gundam Wing. Yes, imagine back in the day when those were on sale on regular shelves in America. You can see that they also had, of course, from Endless Waltz, they had the Wing Zero Custom. So no, the name is actually Wing Zero Gundam on the box of the Master Grade. But the name Custom, of course, is going to be very familiar for everybody who saw these old kits. With this mobile suit and this model in particular being very, very popular, you can imagine in the decade or so since it's been released that there have been quite a few variations. And though the Gundam Bible is just sticking to the regular releases that are on retail shelves all the time, there have been some other ones. And if you want to go check out Dalon, who is just the king of photography in terms of Gundam reviews, you can check out that there's also a pearl mirror coating version as opposed to this one, which is the pearl gloss version only. And that one came out in 2005 of August. And it was 8,000 yen as opposed to this one, which is pretty much just the regular price. And it's got quite a few differences compared to this one, starting with the fact that it's got solid white and silver compared to the ones that you'll see on the inside here. And it's got a very rich gold as opposed to the yellow, with the big difference that it's going to have clear wings to go along with the solid white body, and it's going to have clear tips, which is very, very important, and something that this one certainly has as a detriment. The thing is, this being a 2010 release and cheap, it's easy to get your hands on that. If you want to find the pearl mirror coating version back from 2005, you'll probably be chasing it around on eBay at collector's prices. So inside the box we go, and you're going to be getting probably the identical manual to what you get with the regular Master Grade. Shiny plates, starting off with the A plate there. You can see some clear white and gray. Even the gray looks to be a little bit shiny. More white and gray. Big parts there for the wings, a couple sprues of that. You're also going to have some more blue, gray for the Buster rifles. A clear base there to go along with the trademark green beam sabers. To the manual, which is identical to what you'll be getting with the regular Master Grade, as you can see down there, Bandai 2004, made in Japan. Just showing off a side profile of the head there, looking pretty cool as they used to do with Master Grades, but I still prefer better pictures. Here you've got some line art, and they're going to talk about the Zero frame and all the stuff that goes into that, but the most important thing being just though, yes, you have a Gundam with angel wings. You can see all the parts down there. It's sort of cool to take a look at what each part does. There's all the plates laid out there, and they are just going to be giving you just a regular price list if you have to go order any. Sometimes with these exclusives, you'll be getting a revised price list that'll say if you want the pearl gloss parts, you're going to be paying more. Doesn't seem to be included in this one. Once you put together the chest and the head, you're going to have some more line art and details about the body parts, including, yes, the practicality of the wings. I wonder if they've ever had to justify that, or if the sales more than made up for it. As you go inside, you can see some nice color splash pages there as a wing swept down. Yes, with his wings spread out, that's certainly a great pose, not to mention the twin buster firing down there. If that's an action pose, well, then that's not that exciting. But then again, when he looks this good, who really cares? The wings staying up, though, that's going to be a different story that we'll get into once I take a look at the MS. Sticky tack may become your friend. You can see that you can put on some markings all over the place. It's going to look a lot different, I'd imagine, on the pearl gloss. You can see that you can cover it up and have everything look good there. You're not going to have the kind of inner frame that we're used to after 2010 or so, or pretty much since the Gundam version 2.0. You can see that there is still going to be a lot of white parts there, but you are going to get some good looking bends there. When you bend the knee, and the white armor is still going to be up and forward. Once you put the legs together, you can imagine that at the back you're going to need a few pages to explain the wings. And once you do that, you get them all attached on, build up the twin busters and the base as you pop open this page. You can get them up there. You are just going to pop out a piece and actually attach this into the backpack, which I'm always a big fan of, as opposed to just sticking it at the waist section. It just gets it that much more out of the way, and it's certainly going to be better for displaying this guy. And if you want to put him in his transform mode, if you want to call it that, you can spin the wings in that way, and you actually lock them in together, which is very cool. Deckled up, you're going to have only black and white things to help you through, so that's not going to be too much of a help. But on the back, yes, you've got the Wing Gundam Zero hiding from your view. I mean, he's showing off his wings, which is great, but why they used to do this with old school Master Grade manuals, I don't fully understand. Then again, if you buy the regular Master Grade one, it would have that nice cardboard insert showing off the front. They've gotten rid of that with Master Grades, and it looks like with this 2010 release, they decided to skip out on that old school part. And for those of you with more information about the old school one and this pearl gloss version, what the release reason was, anyway, I'd love to hear from it because I just saw this in a store and decided to pick it up. So those of you that know some more, why don't you let us all know with a comment down below. So I'm going to wrap up my unbox there. Don't forget to check out the next part where I'll have all the plates in detail. It's worth looking at the colors and the differences between the version Katoki and the EW version. And anyway, don't forget to stay tuned to see it all put together. But why don't you let me know what you think so far of the unbox? Is this worth the extra money if you do have to pay any? 2010, how does it stack up compared to the previous ones? You'll probably have a better indication once you've seen the plates and if you go check out Dalong. Anyway, everybody, please let me know what you think, and we'll see you next part. As always, it's always great to hear from you, and thanks for watching. Bye. Damn you, Mandarake, for the expensive prices you charge for old school convention exclusives.